Hi everyone. So this section is for the chart of account applet. Introduction of chart of account applet. The chart of account COA is a list of financial accounts and reference numbers grouped into categories such as asset, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses, used for recording transactions in the organization general ledger. In the chart of account, we provide a list. At one search, you can search by any keyword and filter by the creation date, and then you get a listing of the chart of account. So in every applet, we create one chart of account. So when we created the chart of account, we need to provide the COA code, COA name, and depletion. And then we can go to update our chart of account, add the segment tree, dimension tree, profit center tree, and the project tree. So in every applet, we create one chart of account. Once we create the chart of account, we will get the default GL section, GL categories, and we can get the default GL section and GL category. Okay, so the next sub-menu is a GL section. So these are the default GL section in basic accounting. So we group by the current asset, fixed asset, current liability, long-term liability, and then revenue side, equity side, and expenses side. Okay, so we use a default GL code and the account number. So you can refer to the first row is current asset. The current asset start with 1100,000. Is it 110000? And then we follow by 120000. So these are the default account code that we use for our GL section. So the next one is a GL category. So category is a subcategory for the GL section. So you can see we group by the cash. This is credit card receivable, inventory receivable, fixed asset, payable, accrual, and so on. So in this list, we have around default 53 GL category. So every category we link to our GL section. So you can see the first one is a cash. So the cash is 110100. So this is under the section current asset. And then you can refer to row number 2 is credit card receivable. So the credit card receivable, the default account number is 110200. So this part also under the current asset part. Like for example, the next one is fixed asset. Fixed asset is under row number 6. You can see we group the fixed asset to the GL section 120100. Okay, then the next one is accumulated fixed asset. So accumulated depreciation for the fixed asset 130100. So every part that we created for the GL category, we group under the GL section. And for the GL section is default by tenant, we're not able to add on. But GL category, if this category is not suitable for your accounting, bookkeeping, then you can just add on the GL category. Okay, so this one is a second page of the GL category. Okay, so next one is a GL code. The GL category, GL section is by default is like a default category for our every accounting book. And then GL code is a code that we use to provide the double entry for every transaction. Okay, so this part for the GL code, we also have one default GL code for you to use. But in addition, if that one is not relevant to your company or relevant to your industry, you can just add on. Okay, so this is the list of the GL code. Okay, so the first part is a GL section. Then the second one is GL category. Then when we go to GL code, this is the default GL code that we use. So you can see the first one is cash drawer. So the cash drawer GL code, and we provide a name cash drawer. Then the depletion, the account number will be 110101. So just now you still remember the GL category for the cash is 110100. And the GL code under this category will be 110101. Then the next one is cash on hand. So cash on hand is 110102. Okay, so this 2 GL code is under cash GL category. This is under GL section, current asset GL section. Okay, so these are the lists that we provided to you in every tenant. So we have around 200 default GL code. Okay, so if you view in the summary view, so these are the three structure. The first one is our GL section. So GL section 11000, and the GL category is 110100. The GL code under this category will be 110101. So that one is for cash draw, then cash on hand, followed by checking bank account, payroll bank account, and saving bank account. Okay, so your current account you can group to the cash drawer, the cash category. If you want to create another category for your bank account, you can add a GL category. So you can go to the system, add the GL category for the bank account so that you have another bank category under the current asset. Okay, so if not, you can just create a new GL code for your bank account under the same GL section. Okay, so this is the three structure for the GL code. So before I continue to another sub-menu, I go to Applet first. Okay, so you can refer to this one is our chart of account applet. So in left-hand side, you can see the menu. First one is chart of account, GL section, GL category, and GL code. So the first one is chart of account. When we go to create a new chart of account, we need to provide a chart of account name, chart of account code, and depletion. So in general, you can just give any name. So usually we just say COA, okay? And then the name will be chart of account. Okay. Then after that, you can just create one of the GL. This is a chart of account to check the detailed information. Once we created the COA, system will load all the default GL section and GL category for first time. Okay, and then for the default GL code, system also will routing and then type back to the chart of account. So this is the GL code that under this COA. So you can see they created different code and name are tagged to this COA. And segment 3, dimension 3, project 3, project center, these are the additional setting for the COA. So this one will be covered in another section. The next one is the GL section. So you can see this is all the default GL section. So you can just active the GL section or inactive the GL section. But this is based on our standard management report posting. So you can just use this part. And then for the GL category, these all are the default one. And you can add a new category for this. Let's say, for example, you want to add a new category for the voucher, for the bank account. So you just add a new category. So when you add a new category, you just provide the GL category code, GL category name, and then account number. So account number, you can refer our standard account number, 6 digit, or you can use your own account number. After you add the GL category, then you can add additional GL code to this category, or you can check this GL category is post to which GL section. Okay. So this is the chart of account, GL section, GL category. Next one is GL code. So for the GL code, so you just click plus to add a new GL code. You need to provide the GL code, GL name. GL stand for what? GL stand for general ledger. Okay. Then every GL code we select the chart of account. Then just now every one tenant we create one chart of account. So this one you can just select the default one GL. And the category will be under which group. So you need to select the GL category group. Any depletion, additional account number, you can just refer to the previous setting to add your account number. Okay. So when we go to edit the GL code, we can just recategorize the GL, or we change the chart of account posting. But this one, you already just have one default, then you can just no need to change this. So this part, you can recategorize your GL code. Okay, for the GL code name and GL code, we allow you to rename it. Okay, but this one you just rename the existing transaction under this GL code will be remain. Okay, so because we have another function called GL code merge. So GL code merge is we merge all the transaction to another GL. So the next one is company. So in the company side, the company created from where? The company created from organization applet. So in organization applet, when you go to create a new company, you need to select the COA. Okay, so after we set the COA to the company in chart of account, you can go back to the company submenu to set your default posting GL code. So when you set the default posting GL code, so for example, this one is this company called B Company Sandran Berhad. The chart of account is under this SS account COA. And then in the main detail, this information is all from organization applet. And when you go to ledger, so when we add a new company and a new COA tag to this company, system will generate one default ledger for the primary ledger. So in additional, you can add another set of the ledger. And next one is fiscal year. So this fiscal year refer to the sub-menu fiscal year here. This part, you need to add a financial period for every company. So after you add the financial period for every company, then you can refer to this company sub-menu to view this is for which fiscal year and what is the period. Okay. And for the default GL code, we need to set at the beginning so that the following transaction will post to the correct one. So under this default GL code, we categorize to few sub-menu. The first one is general. Then the next one is sales, purchase, forex, consignment. So this consignment refer to supplier consignment. Okay, refer to general, you can set the default GL code to the trade debtor GL, trade creditor GL, non-trade debtor, non-trade creditor, trade debtor not invoice, trade creditor not invoice, and then this is for the non-trade not invoice. We separate two. One is non-trade not invoice debtor and non-trade not invoice creditor. So non-trade is for the non-trade item code. The merchant receivable, merchant payable, employee, these three is referred to the employee applet. And then stock balance GL code, retained earning, cost of goods sold, profit loss GL, the stock adjustment, non-trade and trade-in GL, fixed asset register GL code, and routing GL code. Okay, so for this part in big ledger, we use periodic accounting basis. So periodic accounting basis, we need to run a month-end processing to get our profit amount and our closing balance. Okay, and this is different with the EMP. EMP we use perpetual accounting. So perpetual accounting, we calculate our cost of goods sold for every transaction. Perpetual accounting system run the month-end processing at the back end so that the user no need to generate the month-end processing. But in big ledger, we need to run the month-end processing in order to get our financial report. Okay, that's why we have this stock balance GL, retained earning, and cost of goods sold GL code. Okay, so this one you can use a default GL code to set to your default GL. Go to sales. Sales is referred to the default posting for the sales transaction, and then sale return, sale discount, and for the Malaysia GST. This GST is not only for Malaysia, can use for others country. Refer to the purchase part. The purchase, when we GRN in, GRN, we don't have any accounting entry and stock record in GRN. So for every GRN, we need to post to purchase invoice. So in the purchase invoice, the double entry will be different from the EMP. In big ledger, we will go to debit inventory, credit the purchase. So we credit purchases GL code. So that means in our profit and loss management report, we can see our total purchase how much. And when you go to purchase return, you can see the posting for purchase return. Any purchase discount GL default is go to discount received. Okay. Then next one is Forex. So you can set the default posting for your Forex gain and Forex loss. So these two we separate two different GL code. The consignment is referred to the supplier consignment. So we have consignment stock and consignment liability. So this is referred to the account payable in transit GL code. So for the any supplier consignment, we need to record our consignment in transaction. Once we record our consignment in, this is the temporary posting for our consignment stock. Okay, if go to my Excel listing over here. So in Excel listing, I list out all the default GL code for the transaction. So in general, just now we mentioned trade debtor, creditor. These are the default GL code in a system that we can use for our posting. So this part we follow our EMP structure, the GL code method, but user can change this method to their own preference. Okay, so like a trade debtor, we go back to account receivable, and sales we go to general sales. So like this is one pair of our invoice transaction. And then account payable is go to our trade creditor account. Then now our account payable we use with purchases. So that means any purchase invoice for the stock, we go to the purchases and account payable. Then that means any GRN, no double entry, purchase invoice is account payable and purchases, no more inventory posting. So inventory posting will be generated after we run a month-end processing. So we get the closing balance stock, then we post to our stock balance inventory GL. So this is for our closing balance stock. So that means in big ledger profit and loss management report, we can see our opening stock plus purchase minus the closing stock method. Okay. For the non-trade debtor, non-trade creditor, this one is for the other receivable and other payable. For the trade debtor not invoice, trade creditor not invoice, this part is referred to our another applet called stock, GRN stock in, and the purchase invoice not stock in this part. So these are the new applet that we developed for the current. We separate the double entry posting and the operation stock in process for our customer. For the existing applet, purchase GRN and purchase invoice, that one is used for our general. That means account payable and the purchases. Okay, so that one when we GRN, we based on GRN applet, the GRN no double entry and the stock not in the system. So we need to knock off the GRN to purchase invoice to do the stock in order to allow the user to sell to customer. Okay, so in that method, right? So every GRN you need to do the purchase invoice immediately so that you can sell your stock. Okay, so that once you can use our default posting based on trade debtor, trade creditor, and our sales and purchase posting. So for if you use another applet called GRN stock in, that means when you GRN the stock already in your system and you can directly sell to your customer without any supplier invoice in. Okay, so in that method, we have our double entry in GRN side. So in GRN, we will go to account payable in transit, the temporary GL code first. And then after we purchase in, we will reverse back the previous GRN transaction. Okay, so if we use this method, then we need to use another two applet for our purchase return. Okay, so for the purchase GRN stock in this part, we will cover in another section for more detail. Okay, and then for the stock balance, this part we need to update the default GL code. Stock balance, usually we just use our default GL called inventory. Then retain earning. So retain earning, we go to retain earning GL code. Cost of goods sold, we still go to inventory cost. So this inventory cost for cost of goods sold will be generated after we run a month-end processing. Okay, then profit and loss, we go to profit loss GL. For the default stock adjustment, you need to set your default GL code. For the stock adjustment, stock. You can use an inventory variance. You can use a stop loss default GL code. The next one is non-stock item or trade-in. So for the non-stock item and trade-in, we use another applet to manage our stock item. So this one, we also need to set our default GL code. So this GL code is separate from our purchase GL. So you can have all the transaction under this GL code. Then fixed asset register. So we need to record our fixed asset in which GL code posting. And routing adjustment, you can set a default routing adjustment. So this is for the sales and purchase routing. Okay, so this routing is for the total transaction, for the document routing. Then sales, this is for the sale return, general sale return, general sales discount GL. Purchases part is referred to the purchases GL, purchase return, and discount received. So this all you can refer to our default GL. And Forex, by default, our Forex is Forex gain loss together. So now you can just separate out two different GL. And for the consignment, we refer to the supplier consignment stock and account payable in transit. Okay, so these are the default GL code that we recommend to you, but you can just change by your accountant based on what they prefer. Okay, so I go back to system. So just now we cover our company side. So every company, we need to set the default GL code for the double entry posting. The next one is a set of box. Okay, so for the set of box, in Big Ledger, you beside you generate your company, you need to set your set of box in order to get your financial report. You can set few set of books. So let's say, for example, in one tenant, you have 3 companies. So beside each company, one set of books, you can combine the 3 companies to another set of books to get the financial report. Okay, so this part is up to the user to provide the name. After provide the name, then in this set of books, you can add your ledger. So the ledger is from which company. So like for example, this set of books is referred to PMO company and testing company. So in this set of books, later on when I go to my financial report, I can have my financial report based on this set of books. I can have 2 companies management report in one report. So this one is up to you how to create few set of books. Okay, and the next one is fiscal year. So just now I mentioned in every company, you need to set your fiscal year. So like this B company, I set my fiscal period from 12 months. Okay, so when you set, you need to set the name and start date and end date. So every year you need to set one set of fiscal year. So every period you need to set one set. Okay, then next one is GL merge. So in GL merge, we select our COA first. So just now my COA is under SS account. Then GL category, I can choose the GL code under which category that I want to merge. So let's say for account payable category, so the GL code under this category, which one that I want to remove. The source GL code is the GL that we want to delete. And then the target, this one is which one that we need to keep. Okay, so let's say for example, I go to expenses. Maybe I have few. So this part, you can just select one of the GL code to merge. Okay, so once we use the GL code merge function, the transaction is in the source GL code. The transaction in source GL code will transfer back to the target GL code. So this, we will transfer all the existing transaction go to the target GL code. Okay, so this is the GL code merge function. Usually this one will happen when user create a wrong GL code and they want to merge, but wrong GL code and the GL code, the new GL code, both they created the transaction inside. And then in this method, they cannot rename the GL. So they go to merge the GL code. so that the wrong GL code, the transaction under the wrong GL code will go to the target GL code. Okay, and then the next one is GL code create item. So what is a GL code create item? So as you know, when we go to receipt voucher or payment voucher, let's say for example, receipt voucher, we go to revenue, then we go to add a new transaction. This part we need to select the item, but this item is not referred to our inventory item. It's not referred to our product. It's referred to the GL code item. But this GL code item, we're not able to select from the chart of account GL code. We need to connect the GL code to dot item maintenance under the GL code type so that we can select the GL code under this item listing. Okay, so that's why we need to link the GL code, especially for the this is receipt voucher. Receipt voucher is referred to any other income that we receive from the customer, from the receivable. We need to do our posting for the receiving. Okay, so this part we need to link to the GL code. And if you refer to the payment voucher, when we go to payment voucher to generate a new posting transaction, we need to select the item. Okay, you can see we have this payment voucher view and receipt voucher views are different, right? Because we have two versions. One is a horizontal version. So this one is horizontal version view. Then the other one is vertical version view. So this vertical version, just now I go to payment voucher. I want to give, let's say for example, the salary. So I go to expenses. So in this list, you need to select the item code. So this item is referred to GL code type item. So any wages, salary item, this is what? This is the GL code, right? So, but GL code at the same time, we need to create as an item so that we can select from this payment voucher. Okay, so you can go to item maintenance to add a new item code. The code will be sent with your GL code. Okay, so the type you need to select as account code type. Okay, and once we select the account code type, we need to have our another posting. Let's say for example, I go back to this GL code. So this GL, then this is under account code. And in this part, we will go to select our company. So this account code belongs to which company and what is the GL code posting for this GL. So let's say, for example, that one is go to PP company. Okay, in this B company, I can select my posting GL code. So I can go to post to the sales part or purchase expenses part. So that one is for the expenses GL code. So you can see we combine these two in one column, purchase or expenses. So for this one, I can select my GL. So by right, you need to search back the correct GL code. So in this case, right, we can see that actually the 300 GL maybe is in another chart of account. So we need to double check first. Is it linked to the correct company or not? Okay, because this is demo server, then I'm not sure my setting in which part, but definitely it's not this wages salary. It's not under B company. Okay, because my GL code is 300 KBU just now. Okay, so you can base on your GL code name to check what is the GL code for particular company or the special posting. So let's say, for example, this one, they just purposely create a new GL code for wages salary for 300 KBU. So we can see that maybe this GL code is under this company. So that when we go to link our GL code that time, we need to be very careful which company and which posting. Okay, so this is for the GL code item. So we can add the item through the dot item maintenance, or we go back to our chart of account, GL code create item. This part we can create based on our GL code. So let's say, for example, under this category, I can search my GL code, and then I just select the GL create. So system will go to create a new dot item for me. So let's say, for example, I go to this GL, then I go back to my dot item maintenance. I search for this code. Then I can have one item from GL code. Okay, so you can see we created based on your item code information. So the user can, if you don't want this code too long, you can just rename it. So by default, this GL code item will go to account code type. And the next step, what you need to do is you need to go to company to set your default posting. So this part, the user must do one time. Okay. So what is the default posting for which company or which chart of account that you want to do the posting? Okay, so this is a GL code create item. Okay, I go back to my slide. Okay, so in this part, we cover the default GL. So this is the default GL code. Okay, so just now I go to company, then we go to set our main company name. Sorry, so this company is, the information is from the organization applet. Okay, so from the organization applet, we select the company, then we set our primary ledger, we set our fiscal year, then the default posting for GL code. And just now we cover our set of books and fiscal year, then GL code merge and GL code create item. Okay, so like from here, right, you can see the source GL code. This is the GL code will be deleted, and the target is the GL code that we want to keep. Okay, so the related applet for the chart of account is from our organization. So before we create any new company, we need to create our chart of account first. Okay, so organization, we select the COA, and then the next one is cash book. So cash book to create what? Our cash related to our bank account, cash book account, or any settlement method that we want to post to which GL code. And the financial report is referred to based on set of books, and then we need to run our month-end processing before we get our report, right? So financial report, run the month-end processing based on the set of books. Create a financial report based on the set of books. Okay, so that means we need to set the set of books first before we run the financial report. The next one is stock item maintenance applet. So this stock item maintenance applet is referred to the account code type item. So used in the receipt voucher and payment voucher for the revenue or expenses part. Okay, so I think that's all for the chart of account applet. So any question? So if no question, we end the section. Then if you have any questions, so you feel free to post to us. Thank you.